This is Drew Ackerman reporting for KBEV on the dangers of texting while driving, getting to be more prevalent than a DUI. Clearly, something must be done.
Hi, James. My mate Jules fancies you.
Cass?
It's just not a funny.
It's not even funny now.
Oh, let me just get his number.
In 2007, driver distractions contributed to nearly 1,000 crashes involving 16 and 17-year-old drivers. Teens admit that texting is their #1 driver distraction. Drivers' text messaging are 23 times more likely to be involved in a crash than a non-distracted driver. As I became aware of these statistics, I felt it was appropriate to film a documentary to not only inform, but to educate my peers on the devastating consequences that can occur. I recently met with Sergeant Cornelius of the Beverly Hills Police Department. He was able to share with me some incidents regarding people texting while driving.
In Beverly Hills, we see the same problems as statewide and nationwide. The frequency of collisions have increased with distracted driving, and the rate of those has increased because more people are doing it. I have teenagers too, and I know they're doing it.
When I asked Sergeant Cornelius if he had any personal experiences regarding texting while driving, unfortunately the issue hit home.
Well, I have a very personal experience. My daughter, Emily, who was 16 at the time, national athlete, volleyball player, beautiful girl, just got her driver's license, had it less than 6 months. Had been driving for just a couple of those months, going to work, was struck by a driver who was using his cell phone, probably answering a text, but either a phone call or a text message. Looked up while he was distracted, saw that he was heading towards a center divider, overcorrected and broadsided my daughter, which caused her to go into a tree at 50 miles an hour. Now, my daughter wasn't texting or driving under the influence or anything like that. She was just trying to go home after a dinner, and it ended up almost killing her. She is still recovering over a year and a half later. She doesn't have the use of her left side of her body. She's brain damaged, and will never fully recover. Her quality of life has changed forever, as it has with everyone that has been close to her.
All because of the driver texting.
Somebody looked down for 2 seconds to look at their phone.
I then asked Sergeant Cornelius to share his personal thoughts of ways we can end or even eliminate this problem.
We are going to continue to enforce the laws that are already on the books and even step up our enforcement. We're going to provide more education for the high school and our community as to the dangers of texting and talking on the phone while driving. There are even some students that are unclear about the laws. There's probably more parents that are a little ambiguous about the law also. So we'll educate and then follow up with enforcement.
In parting, I asked Sergeant Cornelius to tell me, based on statistics, is driving while texting becoming more prevalent than a DUI?
It's more prevalent that it's occurring at a higher rate and frequency all the time. You don't have to go far walking down the street, stand on a corner, look in our business district, and look inside the car, the interior of every car that's stopped waiting for the light. And I doubt you can go 2 minutes without seeing one person holding or talking or texting on a phone. The ramifications can be just as bad texting as driving under the influence, because it could lead to serious bodily injury or death. Even though the fine is not as high as getting a DUI, the ramifications and the subsequent effects can just be as bad.
Clearly, this issue is seen on a day-to-day basis nationwide. We must take action and find ways to prevent this behavior. Unfortunately, Sergeant Cornelia's experience is just one of many tragic incidences across the country. Relating stories such as this one should serve as a wake-up call for all teenagers. We must explore all solutions. We have seen when society focuses its resources on issues such as smoking, buckling up, and drunk driving, dramatic improvement occurs. While I firmly believe laws regarding driving while texting should be enacted and enforced, we are missing a main component: education. Even before teens get their license, perhaps at age 12 or 13, a repetitive educational program should be implemented at schools. Hearing personal stories and seeing the consequences that result from driving while texting have a way of influencing a young person's behavior. The results of driving while texting are just as tragic as driving while drunk. Being intoxicated and holding your cell phone when focusing on the road result in a similar number of tragedies for families and societies. Don't drive while texting, and pass on the message to your friends and family. Be part of the solution, not the problem.